Hey guys, Anmar here, back with another tutorial. Today we're going to be focusing on how to combine Maya Mesh with VRay Proxies. So we're going to be able to take very high detailed models and instance, scatter, and distribute them all across a terrain. And it's not going to have any hit on the viewport since it's the MASH system for node-based instancing. All right. So here's the final result. We're going to try to achieve something like this, where we have a terrain and we're going to be putting various trees all over it. So if we take a look, here's the scene. It's just a blank scene with some fairly straightforward, city skyline plus the large terrain here uh, for the island. Okay. So the first thing that you have to do is go and create the actual proxy exports. Okay. So we're going to go to where the trees, I have the trees located in a separate file. All right. So as you can see, we have Sequoia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably going to do 2 or 3 of these uh, since you should be able to understand the process even after doing one. Okay. So I'm going to go to create. First thing, of course, is select the actual mesh, create, VRay, create proxy. So here, we're just going to use pretty much the default settings. Uh, Make sure, this is probably the main one, faces in preview 1000 is perfectly fine. The name is going to be Sequoia 1, which is the same as the mesh here. And then I have a folder that I can export to. So I'm going to go to a proxy folder and just select this folder and hit open. And then I'll go ahead and create proxy. So VRay going to do its thing. Proxy export complete. Great. Probably going to do every other. So 1, 3, and 5. And select number 3, Sequoia 3, export complete. Select Sequoia 5, export, and complete. Great. The next thing is we want to, you can, of course, I'll show you just how I set up materials for the trees. As you can see here, this bark material is just a bark texture for the diffuse and then just a bump, nothing too crazy. The main material is, got a little bit of reflection color, drop down glossiness. Uh, Probably more complicated one is the leaf, which is just your standard foliage approach for using a V-Ray two-sided material with translucency map here. So you can see if I go into the front and back material, it's going to render two sides. Uh, and then I have the opacity map to cut it out, and then the translucency map, which is located here. And the translucency map is just going to allow, it's a grayscale map, so if it's white, it's going to let light complete through. If it's mid-gray, it's going to block some of the light from passing through to the other side. If it's black, it's not going to let any light through. So uh, basic texture properties there. And then if I go ahead and just do a quick render, just we want to verify that everything looks good and renders out correctly. Here you can see that the trees look good here. And then we, of course, just to be safe, what I am going to do is just select these materials that make up our tree material and then go to File, Export Selected Network, and just make sure that I have my binary, go to Proxies, and then I will, go, Sequoia mats. So this is just in case the proxy doesn't link up the maps, I can I can do them myself. All right, so I'm going to go back to the main scene. So I'll just go back to my start scene where I'm going to load the VRay proxies into the my scene. All right, so the scene is loaded. And let's just go ahead and go to create, VRay, import proxy, and I'm going to, call it all the same thing. I'm just going to do Sequoia 1 and then find my proxy here, Sequoia 1, import, create, and then we can see now the tree, instead of being, 200,000 to 800,000 or even a million, it's less than 100,000. Or sorry, less than just 1,000. All right, so let's keep this going. Import proxy. I'm going to do Sequoia 3 since we did 1, 3, and 5. Import, create, great, and they just get progressively bigger from there. 5 and 5. Okay, what I'm going to do quickly is just hide these two, and let's verify. Let's see if uh, VRay, mine VRay actually linked up to textures. If not, we'll have to link them up ourselves. Okay, you can see that it's still kind of a gray, or just that clay material. So we do have to import the materials into the Hypershade. Uh, I tried a few different things to try to get to automatically do it, but I haven't gotten it to work. So I at least want to show you the long way if it doesn't automatically work. So I will go to File, Import, and I'm just going to import those assets, those from that Sequoia mats material here. So I'm going to go ahead and import that. And now you see the materials have imported into the project. And then you also see that we have the Sequoia 1, Sequoia 3, Sequoia 5 materials. So you can see the same thing, the bark and the leyland leaf materials are all there. So all I have to simply do is just select this VRay mesh material that's referencing the instance here, and then just apply the appropriate material. So this is why it's also good. Always make sure that you have things appropriately named. So bark material, bark mat, and then I'm going to select leyland, and I want to make sure not the just leyland leaf. I want to grab the leyland leaf mat, which is the two-sided material. So go ahead and apply that, and I'm just going to do that for all um, 3 of these, and it should just take a quick second. Bark mat here, and then leyland, oops, leyland leaf mat, and then same thing here, sequoia bark. So even if we got a handful of objects, it's not that big, it doesn't take all that much time to properly link. So let's just go ahead, obviously, and verify that everything looks good. So I'm going to frame in here and do a quick render. And there we go. So now the tree with properly linked materials and textures is showing up. So now we can move on to the actual instancing um, of the mesh tool. Great. So I'm going to keep these here. So I'm going to go to our terrain here, and I'm going to hold spacebar, go to the mesh menu, and just go to the mesh dialog box. Make sure you go to the dialog box because we're not going to have to enable an option here. We have to make sure that we're using instancer. If you use geometry type mesh, it's only going to render what we have here. Literally, it will just render this decimated version of the actual mesh. So make sure to actually enable instancer so it can reference the instance or VRay proxy file. So apply close, great. So now we have our mesh. And here I select the mesh node, and we're looking in the attribute editor right now. So the first thing I want to do is add ID. So I need to give this an add ID node. So add ID, and I'm going to do random ID count 3, and random seeds fine. What this is doing is it's making sure that we have up to 3 ID counts to reference the 3 different sequoias. So if I had 5, I had 5 ID counts. If I had 2, I'd have 2. Now I need to make sure that I actually add the mesh instancer here. So I go to Sequoia 1, or actually I want to copy tab. So I have copy tab here, and I want to add the sequoia trees. 3, 1, 3, and 5. Okay, and then I had the mountain geo set up there. I didn't mean to do that earlier. If it's there, if it's in the instancer, just select and just remove it once you add the sequoias. It's going to be no big deal. All right. Um, good. So now that we have the instancer set up, we can go back to Mash. We have our ID, and then we have our Mash distribute. So I'm going to go ahead now and set this to distribute using mesh. Okay, and it's looking for the mesh, so uh, I'm going to go ahead and grab the mountain 01 that we have here, and there we go. So you can start to see all it's doing is taking number of points, 10, so 10 trees, and laying them all across. So now if I do 300, you can see that they're all showing up as they should. But it's doing this thing where it's using the surface normal of the face and then angling them out perpendicular to that normal, which may, in some instances be what you want, but for these very, very large trees, right? Sequoias are very large, so they're just going to be going straight um, up towards the sky. We want to disable calculate rotation. Okay, cool. So disable calculate rotation. Now we want to go back to mesh, and here what we can do now is add a random node, and we can start to randomize this a bit. Probably before I do that, I'm going to just go ahead under mesh distribute and probably crank this up even more so we can get a better visual representation, right? Because now that we have about 1,000, look at, like, they're all facing the same orientation, they're all the same size, so we need to make sure, make it look organic, make it look natural, and well, randomize it. So if we go to random, we're going to want to rotate on the Y, so rotation Y, just set to 360 degrees. And what that's going to do, it's going to randomize it from 0 to 360 degrees for each instanced object. What I also like to do is sometimes just put, a scale, so that way, each object also has a random scale, and then position's fine as is. So yeah, that should be it. So I'm going to head back to distribute and crank this up even higher. We're about 3,000 now. All right. You can see that everything's looking pretty good so far. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of position my camera. I'll probably grab the top camera and move that. And just want to get a nicer, more interesting angle here so I can pick up a little bit more of that foliage terrain and that bridge off in the background. Okay, I'll just go ahead and set a bookmark there. And I will go ahead and render that out. Yeah, it looks like I just need to pick the right camera. So it's using top. And now remember, as far as scale goes, right, these sequoias are very, very large trees, right? Like they're hundreds of feet sometimes, so that's why they might look a little bit large. Um, there's some things I can do. I can probably adjust the position where they're more into the ground and whatnot. But for the most part, we get the results that we want. There's obviously a lot more features and functionalities that we can use for Mesh, but this should help get you started using a few nodes in combination with VRay Proxy and get some really good looking scenes. So yeah, so all in all, everything's looking good. I say this is a good render. Um, and yeah, if you got any questions, feel free to reach out. We got, again, Maya Mesh, VRay Proxy, custom foliage materials, and all that good stuff. So, till next time, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.